pictures, they playing with me. Looking into my eyes, do it look like you playing me? Yes, it's safe to be thinking if you could ever get over on me. I'm a rebel to this game, so wait in the root if he finds me. Y'all a vessel in this industry. Y'all misdemeanors, tell me smart, I'm your one.
What's up, y'all? Y'all know what day it is. You know what time it is. It's that 8 o'clock hour. It is Wednesday, and it is time. It is time for the ICON Chronicles. And I am your host, the undeniable, no excuses. I can overcome negativity. Next icon is in the building. I want to start off by saying a happy birthday to my best friend, my brother, my street brother, my ace-born coon, my family. One love to my man, Mr. Gary Mans, up in Lansing, Michigan. We have been tight since we was teenagers, and I do my best to never miss his birthday. His birthday was March 27th, is March 27th, but because the show does not come on until Wednesday, I'm giving him a birthday shout out today for his birthday on the show. So happy birthday, my brother. Many more to you. And you know I got much love for you and for the fam. Where we at today? For those that are unaware, I am a member of Toastmasters International. And this weekend I will be competing in an international speech contest in Cobb County. So I want all y'all to put some praises up in the air that I take this competition, because if I win this competition, I will be on a trip to compete in Toastmasters International Speech Contest in the Bahamas. So I am looking to win this contest by, I ain't gonna say by any means necessary, but I'm intending to win by the best means possible. How's that? Keep in mind too that I am an artist and I have released a new song called So What's Up, featuring a very talented guest artist, Discover Me. Check that out on DistroKid. Matter of fact, you can check out all of my music on DistroKid. I'm also an author. I have 6 books out that you can find on Walmart.com, and you can find them on Lulu.com. Take some time. Reading is fundamental, and you know they do say that the best way to keep certain people dumb and ignorant is to put it in a book, because most of us refuse to read. It's not that we can't, it's that we don't and we won't. And that goes for everything. This is for my fellow artists, my fellow authors, actors, anything that involves you signing any type of contract. Please make sure, even if it takes you a week to read it and to have to ask questions to understand the terminology in the contract, take the time to read it, because the one thing that they do prey on us about is for the fact is that we just sign on the dotted line and then get caught up in all kind of mess that we should have saw in the contract before we signed it. It's a little word of advice. So tonight, it is one show away from the season 5 series finale. I have not figured out what I'm going to do just yet for it, but it is on my agenda to figure out. I will have something special for that day. So please make sure that you tune in next Wednesday. And if not next Wednesday, the following Wednesday, because my schedule jumps. I will keep you informed the best way that I can. For those that have noticed, I have taken a hiatus off of social media for a while because people are funny. People are funny. Social media was designed as an entertainment vehicle where you can express your thoughts, you can express your feelings, you can express your anxieties, you can express whatever it is that you're going through at the time But some people have taken to social media as their God, for lack of better terminology, their Bible. I think that the new Holy Trinity now is Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat, or maybe Twitter, or maybe is the quad, the Holy Quad, or something like that. The the top five or something that's going on, because it seems that if it's not said on any of those forms of social media, that it's not true. So the other problem with that is that there are people out here that they see things on social media, they read things on social media, and they take them to heart. And I have to laugh at that part because I've learned a saying here in Atlanta that a hit dog will holler. And it seems that when you put something on social media, that there's a whole lot of dogs that's getting hit. And there's a whole lot of dogs that's hollering from being hit. The problem with that situation is that the majority of the time, those hit dogs that's hollering are being hit and hollering for no reason. They see a post that someone shares and they automatically assume that the post is about them. Now, there was a song back in the day by Carly Simon called You're So Vain. And the hook of it was You're So Vain. You probably think this song is about you, don't you? Well, these days, we can say the same thing about social media. You're so vain. You probably think this post is about you, don't you? Because the majority of the people that see these posts think that everybody is talking about them. Let me break it down for y'all very simply. Most of us don't have the time, the energy, or the wherewithal to spend all of that thinking about ways of coming up with posts to put on social media to target you. You are not that important in our lives that we have to take the time to figure out what to say about you from a distance on a computer or on a phone to pinpoint you. With all of this stuff that's going on in this world, with all of this stuff that's going on with all these people, we took the time to single you out with a post that literally had nothing to do with you. Case in point, a while back I had an argument, discussion, difference of opinion, whatever you wish to call it, with the head of security at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Now, the man is ex-military, if he's still there. He was ex-military. And I shared a post from someone that said that they were happy that they were drug-free and disease-free. Well, I'm drug-free. I'm disease-free. So I was feeling that post. So I shared it. This ex-military head of security at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium sends me this message. What are you saying? So you're picking on people that are on drugs and that have diseases? It threw me off because I really wasn't expecting it. So I responded and I was like, no, I just liked the post, so I shared it. He sends another blasphemous, profanity-laced message to me about how I'm a bully and how I'm singling out people that have diseases and people that are on drugs and whatever else that went on. And I'm like, look, This was not my post. It was somebody else's post that I agreed with, and I chose to share it. If you have a problem with that post, the name of the person who originally posted, or at least who I got the post from, their name is still attached to it. Reach out to them and express your feelings of discontent. No, he wanted to argue and go back and forth with me. So during the conversation, this is how I found out that he was the head of security and that he was an ex-military man. And I'm like, this is what you do with your time being ex-military? I kind of really expected better. I kind of expected more, being that you're military trained and supposedly efficient and methodical and logical. I didn't see any evidence of that during this back and forth that we were going through. It finally came down to the point where we said, well, if you want to do, if you really feel so much about it, then you can come down to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium and we can settle it there. Like I said, you want me to come down to your job to argue with you about a post on Facebook that belonged to someone else because you're in your feelings over a social media post. And it went on for a minute until my cousin came on and said, look, who are you beefing with? Because apparently at some point the gentleman decided to erase his side of the conversation. Needless to say, there's a lot of people out here that take these posts and they automatically direct it at themselves. For a while, I started putting out a disclaimer before I put out a post. This has nothing to do with anybody in particular. This is not targeting anybody directly. If you see yourself in this post, then you need to check yourself. This post has nothing to do with you. But believe it or not, the same problems still persist with people taking social media posts as if you are directly targeting them with what you share. It is a share. The whole point of this social media thing is to share. You do not have to agree. You don't have to like the post. You can dislike it. They have little things like emojis that you can say you love it. You can laugh at it. You can cry at it. You can make weird faces at it. You can do whatever you want. But just because somebody put up a post and just because you may be familiar or know that person does not mean that that post has to do with you. Now, personally, if I'm going to target you with a post on social media, I really don't give two cares about what you're going to say. I don't give two cares about what you're going to do. I don't give two cares about how you're going to react. I'll throw your name in there so that you'll know that I'm directly targeting you. I mean, in my reality, what are you going to do? The same thing that the man did at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. You're going to ping, you're going to tag me back on social media and tell me that you don't like it. I don't care. Let me explain this to y'all. I am a real world nigga. I'm going to say that again. I am a real world nigga. Whatever I put on social media, whatever I say on social media, I have no problem saying it to your face, behind your back, up the side, around the corner, down the street, on your front doorstep. I don't care. I am not, I say this on a consistent basis. I am not an internet thug. I am not a cyber bully. I am a real thug. I am a real bully, which means that I come from a time period where bullies didn't send you a message telling you, I'm going to be at your house to take your lunch money. Be ready. No. I come from a time where the bully waited for you when you got off the school bus or at school or on the street in person. That was your message. That was your alert. That was your warning. When you come down the street and you see them right there, you already know, damn, here we go again. This nigga finna take more money. And if you didn't have it, you got hemmed up. You got snatched up. You can't snatch nobody up on no computer. You can't snatch nobody up on the phone. There is no thrill in trying to be tough. But y'all talk tough on social media. You get to win beneath your wings. You stick your chest out. You raise your head up on social media, and you are the baddest person on the planet. But God forbid that the person that you're trying to get jazzy with comes across you in the real world, this world here, that is actually physical. Then y'all want to negotiate. Then you want to have an actual discussion. Then you want to explain how things were taken out of context and misunderstood and misconstrued. But you were the one that initiated the confusion because you took a post that somebody agreed with, that somebody liked, that somebody decided to share. And what did you do? You put it on your forehead. Ah, they're talking about me. I know they're talking about me. Look, if you feel that post was about you, that's because you did something that you didn't have no business doing. You said something that you had no business saying. You were in a place where you shouldn't have been, and something happened that got taken out of context, possibly true, but you were the one that initiated it. And now that person that's enjoying themselves on social media and having fun on social media because, oh, I like this post. Oh, I agree with that. I think I'm going to share it. You're sitting here saying, they're talking about me. They're taking shots at me. They put my business on social media. Ain't nobody put your name out there. I have a name for this affliction. I call it the Haitian Jack syndrome. And if anybody knows the Tupac story, you know why I call it the Haitian Jack syndrome. But for those that are unaware, I'm going to explain to you what the Haitian Jack syndrome is. There is a song that Tupac made called Against All Odds. It was on the Machiavelli album. And on that song, he mentioned someone named Haitian Jack. Now, even though a lot of us were big fans of Tupac, and we listened to Tupac's music, and we knew some of the issues that Tupac went through, none of us, unless we were directly associated and directly affiliated with Tupac, had any idea who Haitian Jack was. Because why? Everybody in our community has a nickname or a street name or something that differentiates them from their government name. So, Haitian Jack could have been anybody in the world that Tupac was referring to. Why? Because Tupac traveled the world. Tupac had a group of people with him wherever he went. There were people that followed him every step he took. Haitian Jack could have been anybody in the world, and nobody would have known. But when Tupac died, there was a gentleman that attempted to sue Tupac's estate for defamation of character because his name was mentioned in the song Against All Odds. That person, and to this day, I don't know what the person's real name was because I've never researched it, but that person identified himself as Haitian Jack. Nobody knows who you are until you make yourself known. Anybody could have been Haitian Jack. I could have been Haitian Jack. Jay-Z could have been Haitian Jack. Puffy could have been Haitian Jack. The Game could have been Haitian Jack. Anybody in the world could have been Haitian Jack and nobody would have known, nobody would have cared. But Haitian Jack, in his egocentric manner, because he felt disrespected, but also he chose to sue a man's estate after he was dead instead of coming at him when he was alive. We ain't gonna go to that part. But because he felt that he had to be made known that that was him that Tupac was talking about. If you listen to the song Haitian Jack, Tupac said that Haitian Jack was a snitch. So now, not only have you identified yourself as Haitian Jack in the song, you have also confirmed the fact that you are a snitch. Because you had to be known. Because you took a song that may not have been directly targeting you and you made it you. This is what people are doing on social media. They're taking a post, they're taking a message, they're taking something out of context and they're applying it to themselves when 9 times out of 10, the post is not about them. The message is not about them. It has absolutely nothing to do with them. They act like they are the only person on this earth that anybody has to talk about. There's over 1 billion people on this planet. Nobody has the time to single out one person specifically for the sole purpose of blasting you on social media. Well, hold on, let me take that back. There are some of those that will tend to do that. There are some people that will go out of their way for some idiotic reason, but they're still cowards, because if they were real about what they had to say about you, again, put your name to it. If you that hard and you that brazen and you that bold to put a post about somebody on social media and you want them to know that it's about them, put their name with it so there's no confusion. Put their name on it so there's no misunderstanding. Put their name on it so there's no issue with anybody else, because then I can go and look at it and hold on, wait a minute, what? Oh, John Doe. Oh, well, that ain't got nothing to do with me. My name is Next Icon. Now, if you put something on there and you directly target me, you put Next Icon or you put my government name on there, then I know it's about me. And if I disagree with it, if I don't like it, I may make a comment, but I'm gonna come see you though, because I'm a real world nigga. I'm not gonna make no threats and innuendos on social media, because then, idiots, if something does happen to that person that you're beefing with on social media, guess what happens? They go back to social media and the investigation will take them to your page, to your name, to your IP address, to your home address, because you had a problem with that person. And not only did you have a beef with that person, you put it on social media for everybody to see. So you can't deny that it was you. So you're basically giving the police, the detectives, and the courts all the evidence that they need to come after you when you had nothing to do with it. But because you chose to have a disagreement, a public disagreement on social media, that has now become public domain and it's open to anybody to see. And if anything happens to that person that you're arguing with, you are now considered a possible person of interest. Idiot. You're so vain. You probably think this post is about you, don't you? I can go one step further. You're so vain. You probably think this show is about you, don't you? Your vanity and your self-absorption will write you a check that your behind can't cash. And you're going to write a check for something that you didn't even purchase, that was not even offered to you, that had nothing to do with you. But because you deemed it so, now it is. Oh yeah, it's on and popping. Segment for this week. It's on and popping. Because I, for one, am tired. Maybe I should say sick first. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired of you idiots that take every post as if it's personally directed to you. I personally deal with a whole lot of people in the course of the day. I have a whole lot of people that make me smile. I have a whole lot of people that make me mad. I have a whole lot of people that piss me off. It's not just you. You don't even have you don't have that kind of power to dominate my world and my life and my time like that. Nobody does. But yet, people are doing it. And people come back to you. I saw that. I saw that post. Why you put that on there? Why you put my business out there? Who are you? And that is just so wrong. Karen. I was talking about Barbara. Joe, I was talking about James. What did you do that your conscience is kicking up in that way? Because that's what it is. You did something foul. You did something wrong. You thought that it was quiet kept. You thought that it was secret. You thought that nobody know about it. And now this posting came out on Facebook. It came out on Instagram. It came out on Snapchat. And oh my God, your conscience kicked up in the high gear. Somebody done told. The cat's out the bag. Somebody done told what I did. Oh my God. Now I got to figure out how to clean this up. I got to try and make it look good. I'm going to get mad. I'm going to get mad and I'm going to snap. And that way they'll know it was never about you. It had nothing to do with you. But your conscience kicked in and automatically you confessing. Man, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to be. I didn't mean to smack your girl on the booty, man. I didn't know that she was your girl, man. I mean, she was just walking, and I was just. What? Wait. What did you just say? You smacked my girl on the booty. How you not know? Okay, how you not know that she mine, nigga? You see me with her. You seen her walking with me, hand holding my hand, arm in arm, riding in the car, out to dinner, out to the club. How you not know that was my woman? I mean, actually, I didn't know nothing about it until now. Well, who told you? You did. Just now. Yeah, but you put that post up on social media about you hate with niggas that we try to hit on your woman, and I was just saying that wasn't you. She didn't tell me about it. I didn't know about it until now, when you just told me. Because you saw my post and you thought that it was about you. You're so vague. You probably think this post is about you. Don't you? Don't you? Don't you? Vanity is a bad thing. It will make you lose your mind, but it can also make you lose your life. Think about what you do. Think about what you say. Understand the reality that social media is a tool, and how useful that tool is depends on the end user. There are those that are on social media for the sole fact of creating drama, chaos, confusion, aggravation, frustration. There are those that are there, just like in real life, in the real world. But everybody is not on that level. There are actually people on these social media formats that are promoting businesses. They're promoting their craft. They're promoting their poetry. They're promoting their artwork. They're just showing their family having a good time. They are sharing things that they like, that they agree with from people all over the world. It's just that simple. It's not rocket science. It's not geometry or trigonometry or calculus. It's social media. And social media is just that keyword on social. There, if you're putting it on your information on any type of social media, it is not hidden. It is not private. It is a public format, which means that the entire public of the entire world, or at least everybody in the world that has a social media account, is privy to. And what you put on social media, you leave open to everybody's own individual interpretation. You leave it open to anybody's opinion. You leave it open to anybody's judgment. You leave it open to whatever it is that people are going through. But they are the idiots that choose to take your post, no matter what it is, no matter what it says. You can say that you love being outside on a sunny day, and somebody is going to find something wrong with it. This is the downside of social media in the social media life. Because, in my honest opinion, people that choose to take these things serious and choose to make a big deal of it and let their conscience lead them, these people are fools. And they have no life. They have no existence of worth. And again, this is my opinion. They need to find somebody to play with on their own level, in their own playground, in their own yard, in their own neighborhood, and leave the professional business to the professionals. Now, on my social media, I am an actor, I am an author, I am a motivational speaker. I share people's things that I like and that I agree with. I share people's businesses if they have a business. I have a, an artist page for my music. I have a professional page for my acting and everything else. And people find a reason or a way a way to find something wrong with something that I post. No matter how many disclaimers that I put out there that this is not about you. If I'm feeling that I have to say something about you on social media, I will put your name to it. I don't care. What are you going to do? Send me a message? I don't like what you posted on social media about me. Take it down. I don't like it. It hurt my feelings. It wasn't about you. See, what it was is that there was a person on my job that really irked me. and he was getting on my nerves, and I just felt that I wanted to vent, so I put it on social media to get it out of my system. Now I'm looking at my phone, and I have this 20 text messages about what kind of person that I am and how wrong I am and what kind of a dog I am and what kind of sorry bastards that I am because I put our business on social media, and everybody is calling them talking about, did you see this? And did you see what next icon said about you? And I thought that y'all was cool. And now he on social media and he said this and this and this about you, and he said that and that and that about you. I ain't seen your ass in a month. I ain't talked to you in 2 to 3 months. So why would my post or anything that I said be about you? When all I got to do is just come to you and tell you what I think and tell you how I feel and dare you to do something about it. Because again, I'm going to say this a third time, I'm a real world nigga. Whatever I put in writing, whatever I put on social media, I ain't got 2 cares about saying it to your face because I'm real about mine. I ain't got nothing to hide. I ain't no punk. I ain't scared. We can go back. I could go back again and quote Pac. We can do this like punks and punk it out, or we can do it like go out to the block and handle it like some G's. Either way, it's cool with me. I'm good either way, homie. Whatever the end result is, it don't change what I said. It don't change what I felt. It don't change what I posted. It don't change what I shared. If that's how I felt, that's how I felt. And if you in your feelings about it, then the next best thing that you can do, stay off my page. Stay out my face. Stay out my business. Mind your own like you should have been in the first place. Shout it. Now you all up in my business. You all up in my page. You all up on what I'm doing and what I'm into. Your life that boring? Your existence that sad? That you gotta come mess with me? You gotta be in your feelings with me? Cause your day ain't going right? Cause your life ain't going the way that you think it should? I'm supposed to be concerned about that? I got my own issues. I got my own problems. I'm just handling my business. I'm sharing my business. I'm sharing what it is that I like. Because the last time that I checked in this country, we got freedom of choice to do that. We got freedom of choice, freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of expression. So I'm free to feel whatever I want to feel about somebody or about a situation. I'm free to say what I want. I'm free to feel how I want. I'm free to react whatever way I want to. I can express myself in any way possible as long as I'm willing to accept the consequences of whatever choice that I made to express myself. If I choose to express myself by putting my hands on you, then I choose to accept the consequences that you're going to put your hands on me. If I choose to verbally cuss you out, then I accept the consequence of you verbally cussing me out. But it's got to be viable. It's got to be legitimate. It's got to be tangible. Don't come to me because you saw a post on Facebook or a post on Instagram and because it sounded like a situation that we had that I was talking about you. Don't do that to folks. Because what y'all going to do is y'all going to run up on the wrong person. And that wrong person ain't going to want to talk it out. They ain't going to want to negotiate. They ain't going to want to hear it. They're going to be about their business. And that business is going to be sweeping you off the block and out of their face and out of their business. Now, I'm just being real with you because this is a real world that we live in. Everybody ain't rap tight. Everybody ain't got the same mentality. You know, I've been here in Atlanta 20 years, but I still have a northern mentality. I ain't got time for these games that folks be wanting to play on social media. It ain't that. Number one, to me, social media, it ain't that serious. It's a tool of promotion for me. I can't speak for everybody else. But for me, it's a tool of motivation. It's a tool of inspiration. It's a tool of opportunity. It's a tool of promotion. It's a tool to get what it is that you're doing out to the masses of people that you don't have the opportunity to meet on a daily basis, or that you will probably never meet because they're in different countries, they're in different cities, they're in different states, they're in different parts of the world. Social media opens up that world that you can collaborate with anybody from anywhere, and people are using this as a format to create confusion. They're using it as a format to cause disruption in people's lives. They're targeting relationships. They're targeting businesses. They're targeting people. All of the things that is not designed for this, or shouldn't be. But no matter what it is that is created for the benefit of the people, there's always going to be a faction of people that are going to disrupt it, distort it, try to reconfigure it to their own design for their own sick, sadistic, twisted ways of living. And these are the people that find it in their best interest to take whatever that you have posted, that you have shared, that you have liked, that you have opened up your heart and your mind to find this way to make it meaningless, degrading, demeaning, target specific. Even if you make a post that is general, somebody is going to find a reason to find themselves in that message, because their life is a toilet bowl full of crap. And I'm being good today. I don't think I've cursed too much today. I'm doing good today, because today, like Q, today is a good day. But I have to say this, and it's necessary that people understand that everybody out here is not your enemy, and you are not everybody's target. We do have lives. There are those of us that do have dreams. There are those of us that have goals, and we're pursuing them. We're obtaining them. We're achieving them. And the last thing that we want to do is to be distracted by your lower level of nonsense and foolishness and desire to create a problem where there should be none. And I think that I speak for most of the logical, sensible people that are on these social media formats. That if you do not like what we post, if you do not like what we have to say, if you do not like what we share, then it's probably in your best interest to get off of our page. Block us, ignore us, do whatever that you have to do, but don't come at us. Because a lot of us is not on that level. And a lot of us are not going to waste our time responding back to the idiocy of idiots, proving how much of an idiot that they are by coming at us for something that we posted or shared on social media because we liked it or agreed with it. We are well within our rights to do so. We don't need clearance. We don't need nobody's permission. We don't need to clarify it. We don't need to break it down. We don't need to explain it. We don't need to dilute it. We don't need to do anything. Just to satisfy you and your level of insecurity, to ease your conscience, to put your mind at rest, we got to change what we doing for you. Nigga, I don't give two cares about your feelings, about what I shared and what I post. Because that's mine. Came from me. And again, I speak, I believe, for everybody out here that are sensibly, legitimately, logically, commonsensibly utilizing social media for what it should be utilized for. We don't have time for the ignorance. We don't have time for the ignorant. We don't have time for the ignorant. Either you down with us or you not down with us. Either you supporting us or you not supporting us. Either you like us or you don't like us. Either way, it don't matter. That is not going to change our opinion, our thought, our feeling, our own sense of judgment. Because we are all individuals. Collectively, we are the human race. But we're individuals. And we are individuals with our own sense of self, most of us. We are individuals with our own voice, our own individual way of thinking, our own individual way of believing. And nobody is going to agree with us all the time 100%. That is not the way that the world works. And for those of you that get in your feelings because of what we say and what we do and what we share and what we post, because you think that we should be thinking your way, it's not going to happen. We're thinking our way as individuals. Because that's what we do. To put it in simple mathematical of ghetto grammatics, we grown. We grown. We can do what we want to do. We don't need to check with you. You didn't give birth to us. We didn't give birth to you. So mind your business. Go play in somebody else's playground and leave ours alone. Go back and play with the other little kids and let the adults be adults. Because if you come in our neighborhood and you come in our block and you come in our neighborhood with this little kiddie nonsense, guess what? I think I'm finna swear right now. You do that, you go get your ass whooped. And if you send your mama over there or your daddy over to us because we whooped your ass, guess what? Mom and daddy gonna get their ass whooped too. That's the ghetto translation breakdown of everything that I just said. You come on my grass, I'm gonna get that ass. That's the world that I come from. And that's the same world that a lot of us come from. And a lot of us ain't never thought about moving out of it. And we ain't thinking about moving out of it. So cross the line if you dare. But be ready to accept the consequences of crossing that line. Because there's going to be a consequence. And it could either be a hurtful one, it could be a painful one, or it could be a deadly one. But it's going to be one of those: hurtful, painful, or deadly. Maybe I should add the fourth one: lethal, which is basically the same thing as deadly. That's up to y'all. What y'all want to do? But quit coming at us with what we do. We didn't ask you. We didn't call you. Didn't text you. Didn't send you a letter. Didn't send you an email. Didn't do none of that. Because we grown. And being grown entitles us to do whatever the hell that we want to do. And if we offend somebody, if we hurt somebody's feelings, if we step on somebody's toes, then move. It's that simple. Just move. Block us. Don't talk to us. Don't say nothing. Don't approach us. Don't do none of that. But again, don't take what we post or what we share as your own personal shot that we done took at you. We ain't thinking about you. I'm going to say this one more time. You're so vain. You probably think the show is about you. Don't you? Don't you? Don't you? You're so vain. You probably think those posts are about you. Don't you? Don't you? Don't you? Live your life, man. Stop worrying about what everybody else doing. Worry about what you doing. Because if you all in our business, then you in the wrong business. And we're going to put you out of business. You feel me? Anyway, that's what I had to say for tonight. And as usual, I'm going to say this. Anybody listening to this, I done probably hurt your feelings. I done probably slapped you in the face. I done probably popped you upside the head. I done probably stepped on your toes. I done kicked you in your ass. Because you think this show is about you. Don't you? Don't you? Don't you? But it ain't. But like I said at the beginning of the show, a hit dog will holler. See how many hit dogs gonna holler from this. And see how much of a care did I give. What y'all gonna do? Cancel me? Ban me? Go for it. Y'all don't know what kind of person that y'all dealing with. You can't silence the truth. You can't silence what's real. You can hide from it all you want to, but it's still gonna find you. Y'all gonna catch y'all one day. Get out of this vain, ego tripping way of thinking. The arrogance that you have to think that all we have to do is to worry about you and how to mess with you and how to pick at you and how to just put everything out in the open about you. But we ain't thinking about you because it has nothing to do with you. We live in a real world. Social media is an imitation. It's supposed to be an escape from the real world. It is not God. It is not the Bible. It has no power at all. But there are people out here that are trying to give social media the overwhelming, unadulterated, unequivocal power over everything here. If it don't say it on Facebook, it ain't true. Wake up. This is the real world, yo. And if I want to say something about you, I say it to you. I don't need social media to have my back. I got my own. And there's a whole lot of people like me. Think about that before you start making them steps in the wrong direction. You are so vain. You probably think this show is about you. Don't you? Don't you? Don't you? You're so vain. You thinking every post is about you. But it ain't. But it ain't. But it ain't. Grow up, yo. I will be back on social media soon. Have not decided when. With this little hiatus, I've been kind of enjoying it, but I will be returning. And I dare anybody to take offense to anything that I post or that I share or to find something in it that does not exist. I will blow you out of the water and won't think twice about it and will sleep very well at night after doing so. Y'all have a good evening. Remember, the next 2 weeks or so, depending on what my schedule is next week, it is show number 12 for season 5, the series finale. I'm going to be plotting and planning for something on that day. I'm not trying to hurt on nobody's feelings. I ain't trying to post nothing that's going to make somebody get the Haitian Jack syndrome. But I'm going to come up with something, y'all. Until then, y'all have a great night. Remember, we are all representatives of Next Icon. Because if you're overcoming anything negative, you, like me, are Next Icon. No excuses. We can overcome negativity, even on social media. Because we know that it ain't about us. Y'all have a good one. See y'all next week. Peace.
These niggas wanna play with me, thinking they playing.